Hello everyone there in YouTube world, my name is JDivs and welcome to my very first top 10 video. Now I'm still new to the YouTube posting video things, so for right now all you're going to see is my face. I hope to fix that soon, so for right now bear with me and let's get started. With the new Smash Bros. Coming out, I thought it would be fitting to do for my first top 10 video, to do a top 10 Smash Ball list. Now this list is my opinion, so please keep all negative comments to a minimum. Thank you. Now, let's get it done. Number 10, Samus. Now, Samus isn't low on this list because I don't like Samus as a character. That's not what this list is. Samus's final smash is actually pretty cool. What happens is she unleashes a massive beam attack with her beam weapon thing, and unfortunately, when this is finished, she loses her suit and becomes Zero Suit Samus, and that's why she's so low on this list, because Zero Suit Samus is not the best of characters. But again, that's not the reason for this list. That's another list. Number 9, Link/Toon Link. Now, Link is my best character in all of the Smash Bros. Games. So you're probably wondering why is Link so low on this list if he's your best character? Well, that's because of this. Link's final smash is pretty awesome. What he does, he unleashes the power of the Triforce, and he'll start slapping the players with the sword, and then when he's done with that, he'll send them flying off the screen. Now, if done correctly, you can hit all 3 players at once and send all 3 players packing. If not done correctly, however, then all you're going to do is hit a bunch of air, and players are going to start laughing at you. And they may do this. Oh good, my slow clap processor made it into this thing. Number 8, Solid Snake. Now, I don't play as Snake very often, but when I do, he has a pretty cool final smash. What he does, he calls a helicopter, and he decides to shoot grenades at you with a grenade launcher. How much cooler can you get? Well, if you keep watching the video, you're going to find out how much cooler you can get. Now, if done correctly, you can hit all the players on the screen once, maybe twice before the effects wear off. If you're not good, however, then the players are going to look at you, go, yoink! There he is! Nah, they're not going to do that. Or will they? Number 7, Pikachu. Now, Pikachu is, without a doubt, the most famous and recognized Pokemon in the entire world. If it wasn't for Pikachu, Pokemon would not exist. Now, Pikachu's ability is to shoot lightning from his body, whether it be a thunderbolt or a lightning storm, just something that has to do with lightning. So it seems fitting that his final smash, he will turn into a ball of energy. Now, Pikachu's final smash is not the easiest to control, so it is dodgeable if you're really good at dodging or you have a character that can fly. If you're lucky, you might be able to hit all the characters before the effects wear off. Number 6, Pokemon Trainer. Now, in all of the other previous games, the characters for the Pokemon Trainer have been in Smash Bros. In one way or another, either from Pokeballs or the Pokemon stage from the original Smash Bros. As Pokemon Trainer, you get to play as either Squirtle, Ivysaur, or Charmander. Now, for their final smash, all 3 Pokemon decide to band together and unleash this massive attack, all at the same time. Don't you wish you can do that in the Pokemon games? You get to the final 4, you're up against your first opponent, and you decide to just use all 6 of your Pokemon and unleash one attack all at the same time. Then the other 3 opponents are going to be like, no, I don't want to face him. He's the Pokemon Master. If he can do that, he's the Pokemon Master. If only things were that easy. If only. Now, this is another one of those attacks where if you don't do it correctly, then it's easy to dodge and you're not going to hit anything. Now we're getting into the finalists, into the top 5, And these, unless you're really good at the game and dodging and such, you are not going to survive for much longer. Number 5, Fox, Falco, and Wolf. Now these aren't on. All three aren't on here because they're a tie. But like Link and Toon Link, they all have the same Final Smash. When you use one of these characters and use their Final Smash, they call forth a Landmaster, which is this really cool tank thing. Why is everything we don't understand always called a thing? I will never know. Now, if you decide to be a coward and be like, I don't feel like dodging this, I'm just going to hang out on top of the Landmaster. The Landmaster will fly up, 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 until your player goes flying off the screen and either hits the screen or becomes a star, and you just died a coward's death. There is no honor in a coward's death. Die with honor. Get shot at. Number 4, Mario. Now, just like Pikachu, Mario is, without a doubt, the most recognized and famous video game character in the entire world. In fact, if it wasn't for Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog would not exist because Sonic was created to rival Mario. Now, in all of the Mario games, Mario has the ability to launch fireballs from his hand. And his brother can do that also. In fact, their special attacks is firing fireballs from their hands. So, the Final Smash decides to amplify that by a lot. He just unleashes this massive fire rotating wall thing. And if you get hit by this, you're done. You might as well just go, that's all, folks, I'm out of here. Number 3, Kirby. Now, Kirby is my second best character in the Smash Bros. World. Now, in all of Kirby's games, he's had the ability to suck enemies into him and either swallow them whole into his bottomless pit of a stomach, or spit them out. I don't know where they got the inspiration for Upchuck and Ben 10. Think about it. Kirby sucks enemies in, either swallows them or shoots them out as projectiles. Upchuck does the same thing. He uses his tongues to pull in anything, doesn't matter what the size is, and he'll either decide to just eat it and swallow it, or spit it out as projectile. So you would think that Kirby's Final Smash, he would just open his mouth real wide and create this big vacuum and suck everything into the screen. It's like everything on screen into him. But no. He's tired of eating things raw. He's going to cook you. That's right. When you use this Final Smash, he calls forth a pot, and as a friend of mine likes to say, get in the pot. And then he'll just stir you, and then he decides, I don't feel like having cooked food. So he'll send players flying and release items. Number 2, Peach. Now, Peach is a character that I don't play as, but I've seen her Final Smash, and this one is impossible to dodge unless you use one attack, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to have you figure that out for yourself. When you get Peach's Final Smash, you, as another friend of mine likes to say, it's time to go to sleep. When you use the Final Smash, every player on the screen will go to sleep, and peaches will start falling from the sky, and Peach can eat these peaches to heal herself. Peach eating peaches. That sounds redundant. And if there's still time while the players are still asleep, she'll come up to you and use one of her smash attacks to send you flying off the screen. Man, just picture that. You go to sleep, and next thing you know, you're getting either a 5-iron or a frying pan to the face. And they say sleep is good for you. Number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, Sonic's Final Smash is my all-time favorite Final Smash in the game. And it's not just because Sonic is my second favorite video game character, who is coming back, by the way, thanks to the game Sonic Generations. Way to go, Sonic Team. You really did it this time. When he gets his final smash, he decides to use the power of the Chaos Emeralds and become supersonic, and he takes the slogan, "You're too slow!" to the next level. You see, when he's just regular Sonic, he can run faster than the speed of sound and create a sonic boom. When he's supersonic, he can go faster than the speed of light. Yeah. And then he starts flying around the screen. Now you're probably wondering, Pikachu does the same thing. So they should control. So these should both have bad controls, right? Wrong. The reason Sonic is much higher than Pikachu is because Sonic's is a lot easier to control, and if you're lucky enough, you can hit the players twice before the effects wear off. So that's my first top 10 list. I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked the video, then hit that like button. Post some comments. I don't care. And share this with your friends. If you like Whose Line Is It Anyway, then you definitely want to stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be some scenes from a hat. Until then, may the Force be with you.